Debbie Ebke, and I am the treasurer for Bonham Theater Project. We're at the Bonham Theater today to kind of walk through, and we're cleaning, so that's why I look the way I do. Okay, I'm just going to tell you what's what here. This room originally was part of a barber shop, and then it was part of a video store, and now it's going to be more of a supply
room.
Yeah, supply. All right, this is the lobby, and some of the features are going to be brought back. You don't see it yet, but there's the crown molding around the top. It'll have some diamonds and squares when they're finished with it. This will be the concession area over here. This way, you can look. This hallway takes you onto the platform, which will this will accommodate persons with a handicap accessibility where they don't want to go down steps, or they can't go down steps. If you're wheelchair bound, you'll just go up to the edge of here. We'll also be able to put a few tables out here so that we might want to make a dinner in a movie or a dinner in a live show or something like that, but that'll accommodate a few tables. Birthday parties would be great. Meetings, if you want to do a digital projection, you can put it up on the screen and we can have some meetings. But there'll be some tables available to put up here. They're working on plaster work today out in the theater.
Can we go down on the floor?
Let's up, sure. So they're working on plaster work today at the theater. And we've got part of the theater in here has the first coat of the paint on. So some of the colors that you see on the walls right now they were the original colors of the theater when it was opened in 1926. So we've taken those chips and matched those color chips. And so this is the first coat of the blue, the rusty color, and the taupe color. Up above, you can see the copes. That was lit originally, and was, all of this was covered up since the 80s. But those copes will be relit so that light comes from both sides. Let's see, the theater stage, most people haven't seen it like it is because we used to have, the screen was on the inside, or in the theater side of the stage, and so all that trim work was covered up. So all that trim work will be they're going to replaster it, and we'll repaint it and bring it back to its original glory. Cleaned that all out and sorted those out, and this is what would have raised and lowered the scenery and sets that go on the theater stage. And then this is the stage.
So what's the history? I used to work here back when I was in high school, but I came back here once in a while, but I don't recall what was all back here. A lot of junk.
Well, when we bought this, the whole place was full of junk. And so we sorted out things that we thought we would wanted to keep. We sold some things and we gave away some things and threw some in the dumpster because it literally was a storage area where people just put things in. And I don't know if you see the trash can with the brooms in it. Everywhere I go, I find another broom. So that's just half of what's really here. But over there, we won't go downstairs, but that is an access to the basement that's under here. Has dressing rooms and an old office. One of our historic rooms that people always talk about is down there. The dome on the ceiling is something that's unique that most people, unless you're very old. I have a friend that is a supporter of this theater and used to work here, and he's 86, and he doesn't even remember the dome. So, but it would have been there when he was there. But since the 80s, it was covered with a suspended ceiling, and so many people have no idea that it's there. So, and then when you come, this room over here was originally the men's room. When this theater was built, the only restrooms were upstairs, and that on the other side, the south side was the women's, and this one was the men's. And eventually, when we do this upstairs level, this room will be a unisex restroom. And the rough-in plumbing is there to be able to do that. Over here, there were storage rooms for ushers. This lobby, when you read the historical record of what was, it was very plush. The newspaper articles said it was nicer than many people's living rooms. So the other restroom, the women's restroom over here, eventually this will be turned into some sort of an office and that again, another usher storage room. And this is the second theater, which would have, originally when the theater was built, it was a balcony. And in the 80s, it was twinned. And it was going to cost us approximately the same amount of money to bring the balcony back as it would to keep the screen. So we made the decision to keep the screen so that we could generate more revenue from having it versus not having it. All the kids would come down and well, I shouldn't say kids, but they probably mostly kids. They'd come down and write their name, and then we see some that are still in the community. There's Jason Rickey, and some on the back wall there. Allison Buckley, who just graduated not too long ago. Kayla Lufkin just did. Seats, offering them out to the public. If somebody sees it and wants to come get some seats.
Free or?
Yeah, most of them are free, yeah. At this point, the good ones have been sold. And
If they want to get them, how do they do it?
well, you can contact myself, Debbie Ebke, at 402-300-7146, or Brooke Schwab, 402-587-0683.